Hello everybody and welcome back to our 4th Age Reunited Kingdom campaign. We are attacking a Haradrian army just outside of Minas Anor, really not quite on the bridge that is around the ruins of Osgiliath, just one tile in front of it. Off in the distance you can see Emin Arnon, the settlement up there. Minas Ithil is straight ahead in that cleft in the mountains. Oh, and then Minas Anor would be back there somewhere, right under Mount Mindoluin. And I'm not feeling too worried about this battle because we got these bad boys with us, the Citadel catapults. We're fighting an assaulting battle, so we can put them kind of right up front. I'm imagining the enemy's going to be pretty much right in front of us. The question is whether they're going to attack or just sit and let us bombard them. So we'll see what they do here. I think this will be sufficient right there, that formation. And yeah, we are hitting them already. I think the key to them not attacking is basically not having all of our archers firing on them. The AI seems very, very sensitive to archer fire, not so sensitive to siege weapon fire. We'll see how we do here. First couple of shots. That's all right. These are just desert skirmishers, though. I think we can do a bit better. There's nothing here that I'm terribly worried about. There are no Swords of Harad, for example. We have Spearmen of the Serpent, which are a respectable unit. We've got 3 units of these Corsairs of Harad, very cool-looking guys, some archers, and then some skirmishers, and then the bodyguard unit is you know, again, a very respectable unit. What was that? Okay, there's a bunch of Corsair archers just getting... Oh my gosh, the dying scream. I've just never noticed how bad those could be. Wow, they just keep going. But anyway, so we've got these, what are these, Harandor cavalry? Can't remember the exact name. Horsemen of the Harnan. So again, a very, very good unit, but when they're the bodyguard, they're not going to be committing these guys. They're not going to be doing a lot of outflanking moves, and so we can just afford to hang back and sort of watch these, watch these balls of fire sort of come in and take out the enemy. And again, what I like to do is target, you know, some unit that's kind of in the middle. So even if you miss, you're going to hit some other stuff. Almost got the cav there. Now, I could edit all of this out, but I'm not going to. I just enjoy I enjoy this, and therefore so shall you. We're just going to watch these. It's a nice relaxing Friday when I'm recording this. You know, it's been a week, and I'm just going to sit back and watch Haradrian dudes get immolated. Alright, just a little bit further back here. That's going to be too far. Alright, what do we got left for these guys? It's really not many. We should probably switch up our targets. I could target the general himself, I suppose. Let's target some of these archers because they're going to be a little annoying to fight. So we'll change targets. We're down to a little less than half ammo. And when you switch targets, I think one of the things that happens with the catapults is they take a few shots to get recalibrated in terms of their aim. And so you can expect some misses. Yeah, look at that. Look how far off that is. Still. Took out like, I don't know, 1/6 of this cavalry unit. Come on. Oh, that was good. This was just Footmen of Harad. This is the weakest reed in this army. These guys, you know, these guys are tough. The Corsair units. That's pretty direct there. But the Corsairs are pretty vulnerable to all of our ranged units. And so I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. You know, in some ways, maybe the skirmishers are going to be the bigger issue. Because they do have shields. They're going to run in. They're going to get some javelin shots off. And I don't have the cavalry to really face them. Or to really run them down like you'd want. That was so close. Let's see. This could be good. Alright, that took out some skirmishers, some more corsairs. We're not doing a great job zoning in on this archer unit. Oh, is something coming? I really almost thought that was going to do it for a second. I think we just have a couple more shots. This could be good. All right, that did hit. And then we're going to start moving everybody up. And then that's going to trigger them to march out and do whatever they're going to do. I think we're going to get a little bit of a disappointing show here. I mean, you can't guarantee that you're going to kill the general due to an overshot piece of ammo, but it seems to happen fairly frequently, so I'm a little sad that we haven't done more damage to this bodyguard unit. I think, what do we have? Maybe one more shot left, maybe two. These archers, though, are severely depleted. Oh, here we go. This has got your name on it. Nope, nope. All right, last shot. And there is another reason I'm being pretty conservative and waiting here, and that is we have another battle ahead of us. After this one, we need to take this army and relieve the siege of Arnhem, which has a very large army of Harondor. All right. Okay, we got a couple of more kills there, so we'll just leave them, and we'll bring up everybody else. So yeah, Arnhem, which is again right over there. We're gonna have to cross the river and head down, and we should have plenty of movement points to do that. And we've got I think it's close to a full stack of Harondor. Again, I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. I say this after having fought a few battles against Harondor, which went slightly worse than I expected. But I think we have the firepower now. We've got the catapults are going to regenerate ammo in between these battles. So we should be good to go. And then once we take care of that, we'll see what we're going to do with this army and how far south we want to commit it. What's keeping us from going too far afield are these catapults. A bit of a balancing feature of all these siege-type units is that on the campaign map, they really hamper your movement points more than infantry. So we would be lugging them with us potentially, and I think I would want to bring them with us because they're just so useful, especially if we're going to be attacking Harondor and trying to get a place under siege, trying to take any of their settlements. We would want the catapults. But on the other hand, this is by far the strongest force that we have in the region of the sort of the lower Anduin. And so I think we have to keep them around there so that we don't get a sneak attack by Adunabar. They could come pretty much at any time down through North Ithilien. All right, so we got the Corsair archers that are hitting us. And that's a bit of an issue. Actually, wait. Only the longbowmen are able to hit these archers. But you see, these guys are going to come out. They're going to run back. These skirmishers are going to possibly get close enough to do some damage with their javelins, especially since these corsairs are now soaking up all the shots. But as you can see, once they get within range, they just suffer so much under the arrow fire that it's a pretty simple matter to see them off. And the AI is just sending these guys down in dribs and drabs. Now, since I'm targeting the archers, yeah, they may try to get a little closer, but actually they're pulling back. Alright, we've got literally 3 archers in one unit and 6 in the other. So I'll send those longbows forward with the aim of eliminating them. Bring everybody else up a little closer. And then, you know, we do have to worry about these horsemen of the Harnan. Because, again, we don't have really any spears in this army. We've got some kingdom militia, but all the rest of it is swords of some variety. So that should really be the next target, once we've sort of dealt with those archers, which we may have already. Yeah, look at these guys just getting mown down. Wavering, shaken. Okay. Didn't want to actually engage in melee. Alright, so longbows. Yeah, let's send you after the horsemen now. Everyone else can just kind of choose your own targets. Infantry line can go up. And, yeah, we'll bring the horses gradually around. We don't want to send anybody out too far alone because these horsemen can do some damage to our bows or to our cav. Keep everybody together, I guess, is the smart thing to do. These skirmishers may cause some trouble, so maybe I'll actually head over here. And we're actually in range to hit the horsemen of the Harnan. Our other bows are in range to hit these desert skirmishers, and they're not gonna wipe them out, probably. But they are broken, so hey. Here come the horsemen, finally. So this is kind of a weird army, in that they marched, apparently, all the way through Harondor's territory, all the way through South Ithilien, all the way across the Anduin at Osgiliath, and were headed towards Minas Anor, apparently. So, nice thing will be, once we get rid of this, we won't have any more Haradrian forces in the area. And they just don't know what to do they? And we've taken very little loss. So we are going to be in a great position to just keep on pushing south after this. But yeah, that's the problem. Harad, you know, they don't want to respect the peace. You can get peace with them because you don't share a border, but they are hardwired to go after places like Dol Amroth or Emin Arnon, Minas Anor. Pelargir, I guess, Linhir. But we shall see. We're going to see what we can do in this episode to sort of channel them away from our homelands. All right, there we go. And you know what? Let's just end the battle. A clear victory. We lost about, 10 men. And we got some of those back thanks to replenishment. Because a lot of those were ranged casualties, I guess. And so those tend to actually heal up. All right, victory. Let's take a look at the map here now. And yeah, we've got this big army right near Emin Arnon. It's actually a lot smaller than I thought. So we'll just follow this right up again. And on closer inspection, yeah, we've got these 3 units of Harondor armsmen, 3 full units. We found out with our scout recently that that was really the bulk of their forces in the area as far as we could tell. So if we can eliminate this stack, and then we can get our army somewhere down here, we should be able to sort of channel them away from us. So let's jump in. All right, we are attacking, and the problem is that we are attacking uphill because they are besieging Emmen Arden, which of course is on a hill. They're going to have nice high ground. So there's not a lot we can do about that. I think because we have our siege stuff with us, we're going to have to go on this side and avoid the trees because that can cause problems. So we'll just bring everybody over here. And it's a weird formation, but I think I'll keep it that way for now. And yeah, they're way on the top.
But are they in time to take part in the battle?
So I'm going to get like here and see if they react to that. Again, looking at this, they've got absolutely no cavalry. They do have 1 unit of archers, and these are quite good. So we have to be careful of them. They've got some skirmishers. They have 2 units of swords of Harad, and these guys again are kind of a problem. Our backup is from the garrison of Emmen Arden itself. This is these Lasarnic axemen, which I just want to kind of keep around until we can eventually retrain them back at Arnak, but they're not going to do us any good in this fight. All right, I can see them reacting to us. They don't like that we're going towards high ground, but there's not a lot that they're not going to go over here and get raid above us for whatever reason. So that's fine. You can set up right over there. I don't want them to get close enough to be within the range of our bowmen because that will encourage them to rush. They've got the kind of army that could charge into our archers and do a ton of damage, actually. I'm realizing because although they're not that swift, they're no cav, they don't really need to be. They can just keep chasing our archers away until we hit the edge of the map and then slaughter us man-to-man with these Hirondo armsmen. So that could be a problem. So we have to get up onto the hill. We have to, not get too tired on the way. We also have to wait for our Citadel catapults to get all the way up. And then we have to hope for some good shots. And we may not get them because the terrain is a little weird here. We may do a lot of overshooting. And in some cases, when you're shooting sort of uphill or at these weird angles, it's really hard to get a good shot. All right, I don't like how they're getting closer. So if they get close enough where I can shoot them with bows, they're going to rush, and I'm not going to be formed up yet. It's like I can see it happening, and yet I do nothing to prepare. Yeah, this is pretty close. In fact, we're shooting. Well, let's see if that gets them to turn around. Yep. They did get a kill, but they are not attacking us, which is great news. So we'll just bring up the rest of our men, and they're reforming sort of on the downhill side. Again, that's bad for them. But on the other hand, it's also not that great for us because we just don't have a good shot. I mean, I'm definitely going to try it. I want to get a little more uphill because what I don't want is them bringing all their infantry over and charging down this slope because this is actually fairly steep. We don't want to be fighting uphill. And our men are tired. All right, I'm going to stop the engines of war right there, and we're going to try a few shots. See what we can possibly make happen. We'll let these guys rest. We're just aiming right in the center of their lines, again, with the hopes of maybe hitting something interesting if we miss. Oh, that was actually excellent. Rondor footmen, actually, there's a lot of them. But we took out about 10 of them in that one shot. Also some skirmishers. Oh, that was nice. This was a unit of 80 or 81. This is the captain's unit, so this would have been 81. Down to 67. Oh, beautiful. Okay, well, this is much better than I thought. Everyone is now in place. We'll just leave them there to maybe get less fatigued. Okay, yeah, we're actually falling short because of the hill. But I think we'll stay right there. We're doing okay. Our shots are going to get better, I think. That was very nice. And the AI has done a pretty good job of spreading around its units. I typically don't like to target the flanks again because there tend not to be units behind them. So this is a much safer target. Well, I think now we can switch to these archers. I would love to get rid of this unit. Oh, so close. Oh, did you feel that? Because, like, I'm not even going to apologize for this. I was, maybe I should edit all this out. Maybe I'll just, find something else to show. But this is what you want to see. Just a chill Friday evening, or it'll be a Tuesday when this releases. Chill, end of the day, balls of fire, just burning Southrons to a crisp. Okay, now we do have some problems, though, if they are going to come forward. That was a nice shot. All right, down to 52 armsmen over here. We get a lot on this end. Now, these skirmishers, I'm not at all worried about, but we're getting some great shots in the center as they reconfigure. All right, we get them coming down after us. So what we have to do, and they're utterly tired, which is actually awesome. We're doing a lot better in terms of fatigue than they are. So we're going to charge down the hill at us, and we're going to get our men to kind of go around. They're going to do pretty well. Oh no. That's it for the Lasarnik Axemen, unfortunately. Let's go kill these Swords of Harad. Alright. The horsemen right up the center, since everyone's being very generous in terms of that part of the map. Still doing great. Getting some nice hits on those archers of Harad. Let's go after the skirmishers, though. They're a very, very light target. And then we'll sort of turn around and try to help out on these flanks. Love to free up these couple of units for some other work. Alright, they're doing pretty well, though, over here. All right, let's hit the Swords of Harad. Those armsmen are shaken. Alright, awesome. Alright, let's go over here, hit these Harondor armsmen. Now, they're led by a captain, so they're not going to be too strong in terms of morale, and they may be heading for the hills, even. Alright, we really want to get rid of this unit. So we've lost a lot of men here. Yeah, I think we're good to do a charge. Hard to tell because we don't have spears. Broken. Awesome. Awesome job, guys. Okay. I'm going to bring my general around. And, I'm going to take you guys off of the engines. And we're going to charge right in. Alright, we'll send these men up on this side. We got our crew working here against the Swords of Harad. They're wavering, but they're going to do another BS reload in the middle of melee. Okay, good. That was perfect timing. Javelins up, ready to throw, and then they rout. Perfect. That would have like just shredded our crew completely. So that was very nice that they did not get to follow through with that. Otherwise, it looks like these guys are leaving the field. Let's see, what are we down to? 86%. So theoretically, this army... okay, they're broken. Awesome. They could be gone. They could be gone, even if we don't kill the captain. I'm going to bring my general forward. Let's go take care of these Harondor skirmishers. Maybe get them in the archers to rout, and then see if we can grab their captain. Some armsmen, I think, are getting away somewhere. Maybe not. There were 3 units. We took out 1. We also... This is the captain, and there's 1 more. I don't know if we completely routed them or not. All right, Archers of Harad wavering. We're right on the border, so this is going to be annoying. Okay, great. Routing. And not losing too much in these cav units. That's also very, very nice. All right, see if we can get the White Company in here for some support. Broken. Awesome. The cav, man. Much better performance than I expected from these cavalry. Beautiful stuff. All right, we'll see how we did here. Just accelerate the battle. There goes the captain. And what do we have? Still just a couple of units hanging out on the edge here, but I'm curious to see how many riders we lost. It doesn't feel like we lost that many. I think there's only like 32 or so in a unit. Let's see. Gondorian horsemen. Yeah, 3 casualties sustained. Well, that's great. All right, we have saved Emmen Arnon, and now we are free to, well, free to do something. We could keep heading south. And, you know, one place that I would like to take, because it would be pretty safe, would be Harmen. This would be an easy settlement to grab. Wooden walls, pretty low walls, I think. Yeah, just a wooden palisade. Not many men. We could take it in a single turn. We could just trash it and leave. A nice little rebel buffer state there for taking back at our leisure, and then move on to capture Harn Gond, which we absolutely need to take as part of our victory conditions, I believe. Actually, no, we don't. We don't need any of this place. I've been playing Harad too much. Well, I want it anyway. I mean, this is Harondor. It's South Gondor. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll send this army. Oh, that's right. We got these guys right here. Okay, so we can't send them south just yet. Because we may be attacked at Minas Ithil or just about anywhere. So we need to stick close for the moment, but we'll see what else we can do. So what we had done last turn or last episode was fought off an army of Harad up here on the coast, and we're kind of preparing for this other army to head up there. We'd positioned our boats near it with the idea of at least preventing them from getting too far into our territory, but we may end up fighting these guys. So we did train up a unit of archers here, or it may have been the Kingdom Militia that we wanted to use. So maybe, yeah, I think let's send them. Archers are a really good garrison, so we'll keep them there. Now we could actually send these guys back for retraining if we had enough money to do so, which we don't yet, but we could. Yes, we could in a little while. And so, may as well put them in there for when we have the men. We'll bring these guys down now. And we can train some more mercenaries as well when we're ready for that. And we've got some cav coming here to get retrained also. In the northwest, we've got Hunthor of the Green Hills and his army heading down south towards the Dol Amroth region. They can maybe take over garrison duty of the area while we've got Ingold of Belfalas and Targon of Mornin heading down to do stuff in the coast. I think that's all we can do down here. Let's take a quick look at the north to see what's going on up here. That's right. We've got an army right on the border, just an army of orcs, leftovers from the last battle. But we've got to decide now what to do with this army here, who, let's see, we're not at war with Tharbad, but we could be at just about any moment. Some light bowmen. You know, you may as well hire them every single chance you get because they're just so cheap. All right, this is a scout, and I don't have any... That's right, I don't have enough money to get an agent in there, but I don't think we're going to get bribed this season, so I think we'll leave that there. I guess we could be attacked in the north, but maybe it's time for this army to head over into the east. Let's see what we can find over here, if anything. All right, Forodrine is looking very undefended. This has been taken back by Adunabar, and there's a full stack there. And they could go just about anywhere. But they couldn't get too far. So maybe I'll do this. I'll move this army up around here. Just enough movement points to potentially do a sort of a cheesy battlefield withdrawal if we have to. But within striking range next turn, I think, of Forodrine. So I think that's going to be the move. Oh, that's right. We've got an emissary. We're sort of checking things out. We've moved our rogue down towards Harmen. Okay. Tiny force besieging Amonsul. Don't care. Yep. Under siege in minus Ithil. Alright, we're going to leave that for a moment. Alright, looks like Harondor is fortifying for some reason. Let's see, is there anything I can see in terms of buildings over here? Okay, 41% success rate at destroying their homeland dominion. That would be good, but there's probably better stuff I can hit. Alright, lots of buildings I can see here, but we do have a family member inside, the ruler. So he's probably going to make it really hard to destroy things. Yeah, we're in the 20s. I want to see like in the 80s in terms of percentage chance of success before I commit a rogue to any missions. But let's check the news out. Okay, great. Fornost has Homeland Dominion. We're back over 7,000 income. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, minus Ithil and Amonsul. Okay, not too bad. Here's the big bad army. Jeez. A lot of Swords of Harad here. Well, 5 units. Well, let's not forget to send our men down. And let's get our ships, since we sort of ran out of movement points with these guys. Well, I guess we may as well hit these Harondor fleets while we're down here. Alright, so we've made some room. We can get these guys back to get retrained. Let's think. I think these guys would be the ones. Shoot, we can't quite get to Pelargir. But we want to keep all these fleets together. There's just no way we can defeat this force, unfortunately. So we're going to have to get them back for training. And next turn we'll get some more boats. I guess I could start working on yet another Alcarandas unit. Only one season, actually. That's pretty good here, thanks to the general. But yeah, we're going to get attacked. We are at war. Could get the mercenary unit right now. How many turns are these guys going to take? 3. Okay, maybe I'll wait. Set up on a ridiculous mountain slope, hopefully. They get off the boats. If they attack us, hopefully we'll have a really nice terrain advantage for all of our archers. And we got some great cavalry here, some really solid units. So if we have to fight a defensive battle, that's fine. Otherwise, we'll wait for these guys to show up, and hopefully that they'll show up in time to save any settlement that these guys may be attacking. Otherwise, I'm really trying to preserve this army so we can actually do some damage, preferably this episode. One season for another Homeland Dominion here, so our economy is going to start coming back online. We're making 6,000 a turn here. We're just spending absolutely all of it, but that's what you have to do.
Yes, master.
All right. I really don't think we're going to have another army I mean, we've got just little tiny armies. No big scary armies coming from the south for a little while. So I guess annoyingly we kind of have to do this. And it's just a bunch of Grim Spears with a family member stacked on top. So this, you know, if you remember, one of the first battles of the series was this, attacking an army on the bridge at Minas Ithil. This time, though, they're not going to get any reinforcements from the city. Our guys will be reinforcements. Not that that's going to matter. But just like last time, we're going to set the catapult up here just as high as we can get it, which actually is not very high. But hopefully we'll be able to get some shots going. Let's see. Yeah, we could get like here. We're kind of close, so if they sort of turn, if they get like here, we can hit them. Reinforcements are just some kingdom militia, so not very intimidating. All right, they're turning, but not quite enough. Just barely out of range. Well, that's why we'll just keep this up. If I get a little tiny bit of height on them, maybe. Oh, okay. We're actually fighting with them? Okay, alright. I was not paying attention there. We've got our archers fighting the Dunabar nobles here. I just honestly, I guess I should pull them out, but it sort of feels futile. I mean, we took some more losses taking them out, but I think we probably would have taken those losses anyway. I don't know. All right, they're losing heavily now. Send in the light cav here. That was great, actually. These cav, they don't have spears, and they seem a little slow, so I just don't rate them very highly. But I think that is a mistake. All right, so they're going to charge down the hill. Not sure if they'll be able to catch us. The bowmen, I mean. It's fine if they, you know, catch the backstop of infantry here. That's kind of what I want, but... Oh, yeah, they're just going to catch our archers because I forgot to take them off skirmish or put them back on it. And so there's no point in putting them back on skirmish now. All right, let's try not to lose an entire unit of archers. That would be great. There we go. All right, so they're all routing at the moment. Should be able to just shoot them down. You're going to stand there and take the charge. They are wavering. Very nice. Alright, we'll just send them straight up the hill. At those last few grim spears. There they go. Well, yep, about what I expected. Not the most thrilling, heroic battle, but a necessary one. So what I need to start doing now is setting up some forts in the region. And I can do that right now. Because as we saw with the... Well, I guess it's with the other campaign, with my Rohan series. Setting up some forts in strategic places can be incredibly useful. There are some tricks to it, though. You can't put a fort adjacent to a character for some reason. So that means I couldn't build a fort here because these guys are standing next to me. So it's a little weird. But so I may not want to do that anyway. I mean, it might be good to have a fort like here. Maybe. It only costs 500, or a camp. And we've got a very chewed up unit of Bowmen of Gondor. I think I'm going to use them as the garrison for that. And let's move the army northward, shall we? We'll see what we can do. I kind of want a watchtower up here because I don't have a scout anymore in the region, and it would be nice to know what's going on. We know, for example, that Rovanion has actually made some nice progress in the Brownlands, and they are, I believe, at war with the Dunabar. Let's double check that. No, they're not, but they may be, because a lot of times they end up interested in the same territory. So this is still held by a Dunabar, but if I get a watchtower like up here, maybe, it'd be just nice to know what's coming. But in the meantime, that camp's going to be very useful. So I think we've done all the moving down here that we need to do. In terms of other stuff, oh, that's right, we are just shy of being able to construct fiefdom dominion in Arendelle, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll just get to that in a little while. Maybe I'll hold off, doing any serious building. Although Homeland Dominion here would be pretty sweet. Another 500 just in land tax, another 300, 400 or so with other forms of income. So it would be okay. We're going to take a hit in terms of other stuff. Maybe I'll hold off. Because let's see. This army has not moved. And we could attack Foradrain right now. I want to see what's down here. And I can see everything in this army, which is great. I see no trolls, but I do see this unit, Shadow Riders. And a bunch of high-tier cultic stuff. Swords of the Shadow, in particular. A couple of units of those. Otherwise, though, not looking too bad. Shadow Riders are pretty intimidating, especially in the north where we are very cav poor. But I'm thinking we got to do this. Let's hit Foradrain, sack it, and leave it. Just a bunch of cultists and some Ariador spearmen. Should be a matter of shooting them down and leaving. All right, they've got no range. They've got no cav. This is really just going to be an archer fest. So we'll just move all those guys forward. We just want to not mess up and take too many losses or, get into fights that we don't need to get into. Now, the problem with taking this is that we're not going to be able to hold it in a meaningful way. This is going to be a settlement that will probably be very rebellious. Oh, shoot. Did I just say something about not doing stupid things? All right, so you want to get those guys off skirmish. But we're not going to be able to hold this because of public order things, but also because there's no walls. This is not going to be a rich settlement anyway, so it's not one that I'm terribly interested in building up. Alright, cultists are actually being incredibly persistent here. I mean, they are cultists. I guess I should anticipate that. Let's bring these guys down. Everybody can kind of come down a little bit closer. I could probably wipe them out with this unit. I'm just going to literally straight up target those Ariador spearmen. I guess I can bring my air around. Alright, so they're getting here just to stand. And get plowed over. Okay, so there goes their general. Where are they? Oh, they're fighting. Good, good, good. Okay, great. We'll just end the battle then. So I don't even know exactly what they were doing there, but trusted the skirmish again implicitly, and that probably didn't work out too well. We'll see how many archers I have left. I think I was targeting with my rangers and longbowmen. And so, yeah, we're going to just wipe this out. Not that there's much benefit to it, but let's see what the army looks like. Okay, so, yeah, we did take some losses. That is a shame. But, you know what? We can destroy some control posts here. Public order is better than I thought. But the population is 400. There's just nothing we can do with this place. You know, it's a place that, you know, theoretically we would want to get eventually. Because it does, I guess, share a border with Fornost. So, you know, it's nice for that. I don't know that it has any trade goods. Oh, I guess it does. Wild game. But it's just kind of a big, empty province. And we can't keep our army holed up here. So I'm just going to destroy this building. The AI will have to build it back. And then we'll take the army and move it somewhere else. Or maybe we'll keep it here. Just for the season, and we'll see if they attack us with anything, because I feel like we could probably hold that. Well, no defenses, pretty narrow streets. I mean, we might be able to do okay. Yeah, let's leave him there. We'll let him get some supply, and we'll see what they're going to do elsewhere. But that actually made us a decent amount of money, so now I feel like I can afford to build up stuff like Arundel, which is safe. And actually, I think I'll probably stop there in terms of building. In terms of recruitment, we can probably use another unit. You know, what we don't have is any tough spearmen. So even though this takes 2 seasons and costs a lot of money, I think I'll go with that. That's like half my treasury on spearmen. Great. But we'll go with that. And here, I guess we could use another unit as well. Another unit of bows. Mariners might be good. Yeah, let's do Mariners. They're just excellent. All right, what's Harad doing? Ceasefire. All right, here's what I want to check out. Now I have to do a shout out to, this is John, who is a YouTuber who is doing some really interesting stuff with a Far Harad campaign. You should check him out. This is John. And this little box up here in the upper right, if you click it, will make the scroll go away. I never, ever knew that. I had no idea there was that functionality. So thank you, this is John. Because otherwise, what I've wanted to do, sometimes when you get these offers, is sort of like see what the AI has for armies nearby. And what I'm specifically looking for is this fleet and their army. See if it's landed, what it's doing. It has not landed, so theoretically we could go with peace and actually get some more cash out of them. Let's demand 100,000. Okay, that was a bit much. But that's something that we could keep in mind for next time. I'm not sure if they're going to land those armies. What's this? What's Tharbad doing? All right, trade rights map info. We are saying no to that. All right. And the king is dead. And Ardil, the elf friend, his endless siege of Kirith Duath has come to an end, at least for him. All right. Well, that's a shame. The king is dead, but we have a new king. Kemendur of Enumenas, who has been kicking butt in the north, is now going to get the benefit of kingship, which means that, among other things, he's going to have a larger bodyguard, I believe. Let's see. He's got all of this awesome stuff that the king gets. All of these things now become his. So some extra morale, law bonuses, troop morale. Yeah. So he's going to be actually looking really good in terms of putting him potentially as a governorship, even though he's not necessarily that great at it just yet. All right. Well, I guess that makes a pretty decent point for us to end the episode with the end of a not a dynasty, but the end of a kingship, the end of a ruler's life. What we're probably going to do is take these guys and head them down south. Tardal is still stuffed full with enemies. We could go down and trash a bunch of this place. Maybe get down in time to save Amansul. We'll take it back at some point. But it would be good to get these armies back down in the south, because I suspect pretty soon we're going to have some trouble with our other neighbors. And then elsewhere, we'll decide what to do. That army of Harads is moving on. So we'll see what this next turn brings. And I hope you'll join me for that. Until then, everybody, take care.